Hey guys, it's about time I made my second video. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we're amongst all of the finals right now, and it's just really shitty. But yeah, I've had some pretty good things going on in my life. First thing, I came out to my dad, and that was actually pretty awesome. Um, I called him, and I was kind of like freaking out, and I asked him if he would come over and talk, and I think he thought like, I don't know, the world was ending or something. But he came over and I kind of just explained to him, like, he had been aware that I changed my name on the Kick Messenger because I had my dad on there. And I kind of explained to him that I was uncomfortable, and I explained to him the dysphoria I was experiencing. And I talked to him a little bit about my medical transition, and generally, he was just really awesome. He said he liked my name and that he loved me no matter what, and that whatever I needed to do to blossom, uh, he would support me 100%. And that was just basically like the best response I could have got from him. Like, I just started crying and I was like, Dad, you're amazing. I need to hug you. And then he started talking about like politics, like the usual. So like it didn't seem to necessarily surprise him. And I asked him, I said, like, do you not care? And he said, well, I care because you're my child, but I don't, I'm not upset by it. I want you to be who you are. And basically, I never expected it to go that easy. And that made things way easier in my life since then. I haven't talked to my mother. I have a very, very, very strained relationship with my mother. Like, um, I love her dearly, but like, we don't necessarily get along, and I'm not going to get too much into family drama, but I talked to my therapist, and he basically said it wasn't really necessary to tell her if it was just going to upset the peace that we're currently experiencing. So, I mean, she's going to figure it out, I guess, and I will talk to her when that happens. But for now, my dad has been my biggest supporter, and he's one of my best friends, so to have him on board is great. And I have an upcoming endocrinologist appointment this month, and I'm very stoked. I'm seeing Dr. Wilson here in Windsor on the 23rd, and I talked to my psychiatrist a little bit, and he informed me that most people receive their first T shot on their first appointment with this doctor. So I am really stoked, and the fact that my dad is now on board um, makes this process a lot easier, because before I was feeling a lot of hesitation with like, how am I going to talk to my dad? Is he going to notice? And like things like that. So this is really good all around, just really good. Another thing I'm working on is this. So I'm changing my name, and I looked up the Rainbow Health Center in Toronto had a few information sheets on like the process you have to go through, and it's two different processes for changing your name and your gender marker. So I figured the easiest way to go about it would be to change the name first and then gender marker later, because you have to have the birth certificate with your name on it to change the gender marker or whatever. So I filled out this paperwork and it asks you like a lot of questions about like court and like if you're bankrupt and shit like that, like stuff that generally won't apply to a trans person. Just making sure you're not like changing your name to get out of paying bills or going to jail or whatever. So what I had to do was fill it out, and then you have to have a guarantor. I don't know how to say that. And they sign it, so that can be like a doctor or someone. So I had my psychiatrist sign it, but they have to have known you 12 months is the stipulation, and stated that you live in Ontario as far as Ontario is concerned. So I got my doctor to sign that, and then you have to have it witnessed by someone called a commissioner of oaths. So I called my campus legal aid, and they said that they had someone that is like licensed to be a commissioner of oaths. Like it can be a judge or there's a list. But anyway, my advice for finding one would be to like call lawyers' offices, or if you're lucky like I am, just go to like legal aid because they definitely have one there. So I'm gonna get that signed tomorrow, and then I'm gonna mail it off. It costs $137, but um, you gotta send back your birth certificate, which is kind of a weird feeling, like I'm sending back my birth certificate. It's kind of strange. But yeah, I'm gonna send it back, and then they give you a new one, and then from there you take that birth certificate and a letter from like a psychiatrist or whatever, and you can go and change your gender marker on your birth certificate or your license. And I think the way that it works is that you can choose to change it on your most used identification being your driver's license and not change it on your birth certificate, but I'm not completely sure how well that would work, like if you have trouble with the law and stuff like that. But that is my plan thus far, is just because your driver's license is what is most commonly used as ID, and you know, obviously don't want to be giving myself away all the time. But yeah, so a lot of exciting things, and a little bit more info about the process in Ontario, but I'm very excited. I sent my paperwork to the gender identity clinic a couple weeks ago, and that's just like it asks you for like background information and who your doctors are and stuff. And from what I understand, it's 17 months on the wait list before you get an appointment, but from there they do an assessment in Toronto, and then if you're approved, you can be approved for OHIP, which is our province's insurance, to pay for any transition-related surgeries. So 17 months isn't that bad. So I'm thinking like April of 2015, which I mean it would probably take me that much time to save up the money if I was going to pay for it myself anyway. So yeah, that's really exciting too. Stuff's just on the move now. So like, let me know if you have any questions or anything. Um, I don't have a huge wealth of knowledge, so if you have any information for me, I would also appreciate that. And yeah, come talk to me.